get embarrassed really easy, don't you, Jen? Sorry.
We are Rich, Jen, Dexter, and Penny, and this is the last instalment of our first trip to Disney World as a family of 4 series. We've been to Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, squeezed in a marathon, hit up Animal Kingdom, and now we're taking a trip around the globe at Epcot. We're also going to try the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, Moana Journey of Water experience, and even shoot all the way into space to try the Space 220 restaurant. So, here we go.
Good morning, so we're on day 4 at the minute, 4th park in Disney World today, which is Epcot for us. We're just heading there now. We're hoping to get there for early magic hours and hit up Ratatouille and Frozen, and then from there we'll fill in the blanks with the other rides. But it should be quite, hopefully, a relaxed day because there's not really much to rush around and look at in Epcot. You can just kind of go around at a leisurely pace in the World Showcase, which we're hoping to do. And there's a few like Living with the Land and things like that, a few nice rides for us all to go on. The only kind of pressing thing is the Guardians ride, which we got a virtual queue for this morning. It just so happens to be the exact same time as a dinner reservation we've got, so which is at Space 220, so stay tuned for that. It's only an estimated time, the boarding time for the ride, but I think it's going to be too close because we'll need to do a parent swap. So I'm going to go and speak at guest relations. I'll see what we can do. Hopefully with the virtual queue they can like put us an hour earlier or something, just because we want to do both, but let's see. I'm not sure. Part of me thinks they might just go, there's no option, or we just go to the Guardians ride and just an hour earlier and just say, can we go on? Which that's probably our best bet, I think. So at the resorts, at the All-Star resorts, they have all the different drinks you can get. If you just want ice water, you press this button here, just on the lemonade, just heads up. I had to ask someone about that, so you can fill up your bottles. Also with the hot chocolate they've got that you can get in your resort mug, they have Joffrey's hot chocolate, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So this is the hot chocolate that I just got, honestly. We had it the first day and it was like, it's particularly nice. So get the Joffrey's hot chocolate. So we just arrived at Epcot. That was a busy bus. So yeah, I think Jen's gonna walk around the World Showcase, maybe go to Ratatouille for when it opens in half an hour. And then I'm gonna go Guardians first thing and just ask about swapping our time. We asked the reception in the hotel and they said, we've got an hour window for the virtual queue. To be honest, the woman wasn't very helpful. She was just like, oh, the virtual queue, you're still going to be waiting for ages. And I'm just trying to figure out mathematically how we can work it. I'll go and ask at the ride. Hopefully they can just fit us in.
Where? Epcot. What ride do you want to go on?
Ratatouille ride.
So here we are, we arrived at Epcot. It's cool, isn't it? I mean, it looks even better lit up at night, but you never get bored of seeing it. The big ball. So we just got to near like the edge of the pavilions. The rides open at 8:30 for early access, so we're not allowed to go through to the pavilion at 8:30. But the actual to the World Showcase, but the actual World Showcase doesn't open until like 11. So World Showcase opens at 11. Early entry is at 8:30. You can't queue up at the ride until got a headache. So the World Showcase doesn't open till 11, but you can go on the rides that open at 8:30 there, but you can't go on the rides until they let you in at 8:30, because unlike some parks, once you're in the park, you basically queue up, and then when it opens at 8:30 you're ready to go. With this, you've got to wait till 8:30 to actually get onto the World Showcase, if that makes sense. So we're just going for a little walk while waiting for that to open. Oh, the new Walt statue's over there. There's a new Walt statue, so we're going to go and see that, but I honestly can't remember whether this is totally different. I don't remember any of this. I don't know. Like I say, we've last visited in 2019. I'll have to look back at some videos, but it just feels different, this section here. I swear it was just open. You had like the Coke centre over there, where you got to taste all the different flavours. Maybe I'm totally wrong. And they've got the new Walt statue right in front of the Epcot ball here, which is really cool. We're gonna get a picture of it now. So we're just getting to Ratatouille now. It says 30-minute wait, literally from the floodgate opening and us walking to it. There's some people running to it. I don't think it's going to be a 30-minute wait. I think we'll wait 20 minutes tops. I know it's all relative the way they estimate them, but with the way Ratatouille works, people constantly going on and on and on, it's just a fast-moving ride. I don't think it's going to be as long. come out of Ratatouille, it was pretty much bang on half an hour wait. But it just doesn't feel like half an hour because the queue's constantly moving. It's a 70-minute wait now, God. Do you know what? I think we're so desensitized now to set design and production value in rides. Like Ratatouille is so good, isn't it? We've been on it so many times and been on so many similar rides with good set design, and it's amazing. Ratatouille, the way they move, they use the like the pre-programmed carts with set design to make it feel like you're moving through the film. It's just great, so good. So Jen's just got herself a little Remy to sit on her shoulder. Remy followed us out of the ride, you know. Hey? Remy sat somewhere. Dexter, is he sat on Mummy's shoulder? What's he doing sat there? So just a quick update on the Cosmic Rewind. We've looked back on the app and it says estimated callback time 12:26. It was 1:50, so that's changed massively. We've not done anything, we've not talked to anyone. Just keep that in mind if you're panicking about you know, the time. It just so happened to be exactly 1:50, which seemed really strange, aligned with our reservation for Space 220. But that should be okay, shouldn't it? Apparently you have an hour window, but apparently once you get in the virtual queue, it's still quite a long wait. I can't see that, because what's the point? But yeah, keep that in mind if you're panicking that it's a very specific time, it'll probably change. Just a heads up, if you're walking through the pavilions before they're open at 11, the restrooms are open, so you can, it'll be, you know, very quiet there, no one there, but you can go in and you can use the restrooms. So just keep that in mind. Did Remy jump onto your shoulder? Yeah. Wow, look at him. So I ran all the World Showcase yesterday morning as part of the marathon, and it was really weird running it because even when you're taking a leisurely stroll through each pavilion, you're kind of taking it in, taking in the different culture. Running it was kind of like fast forwarding through a film. Like you could recognize all the bits, but you're going through it so fast, you kind of like no time to appreciate it. It was just really strange. So coming back today, because I was here yesterday morning and skipping everything, it's just really weird. I'm starting to reflect more on the marathon now, like a day after, and it was just so much to take in at the time. It was really enjoyable, but I think a day after, I'm starting to enjoy it and appreciate it even more. Because I was like, I look back on a video of me running down Main Street and all the crowds there cheering and stuff like that, and it was just surreal, really strange, in a good way. I'm just starting to reflect on it now. So when you come Epcot for kids, they have Kid Cot, where you get this I Travelled the World Showcase little collection of cards like this. And when you go there, they personalise them for you. You get a sticker as well. So we're going to get one for Dex so we can go around the pavilions. So this is the boat ride. It's in the corner of the Mexico Pavilion. It's really cool. It's like, it's a small world mixed with Coco, basically. It's ace. It's the Three Caballeros. And because it's tucked away like this and in one of the pavilions, it's always pretty much empty. Oh, I just realised, we're in the pavilion, it's not 11.
This way!
Jen gets embarrassed really easy, don't you, Jen? Sorry.
Do you want to get one? You can get sugar, vanilla ice cream or chocolate sauce. I reckon just get just the sugar. With, yeah.
We just picked up some funnel cake. Jen's been wanting to get it for a while. Just funnel cake with a slab of ice cream on it. She's not eaten it yet.
Do you want to try it? Oh, it's so good.
We got this funnel cake just outside of the America Pavilion. It's got €10 for a plain one or $13.50 one with ice cream. Dexter was on a mission to run around every single column. This is what life is like living with kids, if anyone's wondering, especially little boys. You get an idea in their head, and then that's it. So this is us for the next few minutes. Oh, there you go. No, you don't matter. So we're just in the queue to meet Snow White. I always feel a bit weird meeting characters in character, not in costumes, just because it's very personal. Especially when it's like princesses. I just don't have an interest in princesses, so it just seems a bit weird to be like, yeah, don't know what Dex is going to be like, because he's not really met many princesses. But I think Jen wants to do it with Penny. Are we going to meet Snow White?
And you brought a little animal friend, haven't you? Why, you must be just like me. Why, I believe she has some animal friends like her now, too. Oh, lovely. Would you like to join me over here? Sleepy had fallen asleep in the kitchen cupboard. He falls in the silliest places, doesn't he? It's nothing to join over
So, another update on the virtual queue. Because we've never done it before, we're trying to still get our heads around it. I've just been to the Guardians ride and asked at the virtual queue, explained the situation that we had a clash, and she basically just said there's usually an hour leeway after your allotted time, but she said honestly it doesn't matter, come any time after it and we'll just accommodate you. She said up until park closing. So
That's about your parents' stuff as well.
yeah, she said when we go, just tell them the situation, tell them that you want to do parent swap, and they'll sort us out. She said the time on it, that's now 1:09. It started at 1:50 and it went to 12:20 or something. Now it's 1:09. She said that's likely to fluctuate more. So she said just stick to your dinner reservation, go to the dinner reservation, let your food settle because of how the ride is. And then basically she just said come back whenever you're ready. You've got until park closing. I don't think that's just because we've got kids. I think they give you the hour window so you can obviously try and keep things organised. But I think that's worth bearing in mind. If you miss your time by more than an hour, I don't think they really care.
I think especially if you've got a reasonable...
Yeah, especially if you've got a reason. The reason with us is, you know, they're giving us a time. The time keeps changing. You can't really plan around that.
You can't cancel your reservations either.
And you can't cancel your reservation because it's less than 2 hours before the reservation, so you get charged. So in a situation outside of Disney, I can pretty much guarantee people will be jobs worth and not let you do it. Here, they're just like, obviously, we'll just be understanding, just explain the situation. So I think if you're ever late, just say to them why you were late. Even if you were like stuck in a queue somewhere, in another ride, I'm sure they'd be understanding. So the last few years, Club Cool has moved. It's now under the little walkway on your way to Mission Space. And this is the shop where you can try lots of different flavours of Coca-Cola from around the world. And the famed Beverly.
Just do a little bit. You try it.
It's fine. It is. It's horrible. It tastes like the dentist. You know, when you swill. Do you know when it's in your mouth? In the dentist, when you swill and you go, actually tastes quite nice, why don't I just drink it? But you spit it out. No? Spit it out, it's horrible. Right, you shouldn't do what we're doing now, stop and taste. You should drink, get it and walk off. That's what those people did, but there's no one waiting to. Ooh, watermelon. Taste that. Tell me when.
That's nice, that.
Don't say you like it, you're lying.
I just don't get what the flavour is. Do you know what it's like? Aperol?
This is Dexter with Beverly. Do you like it? You like that? Okay. Go for it, little man. You can have all of it. Okay.
There you go.
That's great, thank you very much.
And here's your receipt.
That made me day, thank you.
Oh, good. I hope I got the right one, not Beverly.
Oh yeah, well don't you dare. So we just came out of Club Cool and I bought myself a Coke bottle and I said to the guy, can you buy the second one, the bonbon de glace? He said no, but he got me a full cup of it for free. Because I asked. What a guy. He also mentioned, which I didn't know, I don't know everything about Beverly except for the fact that it's horrible. And he said it's actually supposed to be like a palate cleanser between courses, so you're not supposed to drink loads of it. That's maybe why it's so bitter and so strong. But yeah, don't ask, you don't get. How nice is that? Oh, it's like cream soda-ish.
There's a sweet, and I can't think of what it is.
Oh, like a pear drop.
It almost tastes like it's got the texture of like, do you know, like sugar coating on it you have on the pear drop?
Nice.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice.
Bonbon de glace from Madagascar, and it tastes nicer because it's free. Dex, which drink did you like most in that shop?
And me like that. tried it and it's yummy.
We're excited. So Dexter fell and hurt his knee, and we got a special plaster and sticker from Mickey Mouse, didn't we? So the first aid centre is just next to the Mexico Pavilion, just over there. And we only went for a plaster for Dexter's knee, but it was super efficient and they were really helpful. I basically went in, you just sign your name and what time you were there. I think it's just in case anything else happened. And I asked for a plaster, they gave me about 4 of them, they gave me some stickers, they gave me an alcohol wipe for cleaning it, and I was in and out there in 30 seconds, it was great. 3, 2, 1, whee! Again? So this was only recently opened, this is Journey of Water with Moana. This is interactive, little man. There's lots of different water things here. Rain. That's it. Woo! So first thing in the morning, this thing is absolutely empty. It's a little bit crowded now, which makes going to each sort of interactive station quite difficult, but in the morning, it's totally derelict. So it probably is a morning job, but obviously it's a bit colder and you want to get on other rides, but it is best to go on first thing in the morning. So the idea at this point is you hold your handle and the water kind of just like kisses your hand. Woo! Go! It'll turn off. Go, 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 go! Go, go, go! Wow! Did Daddy come through? Are you ready? Oh God. Hopefully it turns off. Are you ready? Whoa! Just about. Is that cool? The Moana Journey of Water is really good. Me and Dex went in it then. Great for kids. I mean, okay for adults. It's a bit crowded when we went then, but for kids, really interactive, really good. Some of the wall of water bit where the water stops as you walk through is really, really good.
Entwürfe, aber leider auch Steuerlisten. Und mit ihm beginnt die Zwischenwelt von jedem Ort der Erde miteinander.
Anyone can use the Skyliner. You don't have to. I don't even think it's for Disney Resort guests. I think anyone can use it, to be honest. So yeah, you don't have to be a guest of any like special resort. We're just outside of the Epcot park, and you can jump to Hollywood Studios on it.
Thank you.
The different prints on the side are cool. There's a Haunted Mansion one there. That's really cool. So you just walk on, and you're good to go. Dex, look, you have a giant head in the glass. Hello.
International Gateway. We're flying to Disney's.
Are you a reflection? So we were naively under the impression that we were just going to jump on this and it was going to take us straight to Hollywood Studios. I don't think it is. I think the end of the line is the Riviera, you'd say. So you I think you go in like a big circuit like that. Hollywood Studios is going further away from us, but I think we're going to hook around and come back. Regardless, it's a good tour. You get to see a bit of Disney World as a whole, all the different resorts and restaurants. So just to clarify, it isn't one giant route, there are multiple. So if you're going from Epcot to Hollywood Studios, you go Epcot to the Riviera, it stops there, but stay on. Then it goes to Caribbean Beach Resort, where you get off, and then you get on another one to go Hollywood Studios.
This is the Hollywood Studios, and there's another one over there that takes you Art of Animation and another resort.
Right, okay. I think the one we got on probably was signposted. I just didn't even look, I didn't even think we had to. I thought it was just an A to B kind of thing. But yeah, just make sure you don't get off at the wrong stop.
Like we said, riding the Skyliner is just fun in itself. So we actually just hopped on to go to Hollywood Studios and then jumped straight back on to finish our day in Epcot.
Just a really random thing to consider with wait times for show-like attractions. If it says like 15 minutes or 10 minutes, it's not really a 15-minute or 10-minute wait in a queue. It's basically how long the show lasts. So when the show finishes, people empty out and then people go back in. And with frequent shows, like Tough to Be a Bug, for example, in Animal Kingdom, it's very unlikely they're gonna go in. A show's gonna go in, you're not gonna get in the next one.
with your imagination.
I'm that one.
There's no easy way of we are going.
Our living laboratories.
So we're in the queue for the Nemo ride, and it must get busy because the queue's massive. We're just walking it, but it's massive. Yes, little man. Yeah. We're underwater.
Jellyfish!
Right!
You guys know who that is? Can you shout it out?
You seem most intelligent, Eliza.
If you get out of your shell, you just die.
So it's a good thing I don't get out of my shell.
We just did the turtle talk with Crush as well, which is well worth doing if you've got little kids. It's amazing the way they do it, how interactive it is. They obviously have someone, like an actor, watching the kids, and they must have like motion capture on the actor's face, because how they're able to interact in real time is just amazing. But yeah, the kids are made up when I mean, it's great for adults just watching what kind of questions kids ask and stuff like that. It's great.
You're riding aboard the Mark V Skyliner.
SV2, we are on our final approach. Roger that.
So we're in Space 220, which got here, and it is really cool. I love how simple it is. So they've got, obviously, it's like you're in space, and they've got Earth outside. You can see some satellites going past and stuff like that. But it's so clean cut, like you'd imagine a space station to be, like, you know, something from Star Wars. They've also got activity packs for kids, which are the Young Jedi Adventures Star Wars themed, which he likes. So an adult is, I believe, $55, and you get a starter and a main. So we're just looking at ours now. The kids, how much are the kids? Not quite sure how much the kids are, but the kids get a starter, a main, a dessert, and a drink. So he's getting more food than us. Yeah, it's cool in here, and it is family friendly. It doesn't necessarily look family friendly from the pictures, but there was pretty much everyone here is with a family, with like young kids. Steak and chips. That's what it is. Yeah, we ordered something pretty simple. Steak and chips for me and Jen. We got the same. And chicken tenders for Dex. You know what? The food was really quick. It was like 5 minutes. We used the spoon.
Chocolate and raspberry cake.
I don't know what it is. It's like a honey flavoured something.
It's called the Astra.
With a honeycomb thing.
Honey cake, almond mascarpone mousse, honey cream, lingonberry jam, and honeycomb cookie.
Yeah, I just saw the honeycomb cookie and said yes. So this is more than a glorified crunchy honeycomb thing. It's dead nice. It's like, you know when you get cheesecake, like the filling of a cheesecake. It's the same texture as that. Have a bit of that. Let it.
Oh wow.
How nice was that? It like dissolves in your mouth.
That's bizarre.
So we've just come out of Space 220. It was really good. You are very much paying for the setting though. The food, although verbose should we say on paper, they're actually pretty simple things. Like we got steak and chips, and there's also a burger on there. It's expensive for what it is. You are paying for the setting. Very expensive for what it is really. The setting, if you are paying for the setting, you want that. It is really cool. It's space, what can I say? One negative, however, getting in was a nightmare. We ended up getting in half an hour after our booking. Like that half an hour was basically spent trying to figure out why there was hordes of people waiting outside, why there was 2 different queues. I had to basically fight to the front of the queue and say to the lady, like, our reservation was like 15 minutes ago, what's going on? She basically was like, oh, you know, I'm only one person, I can only do it. It wasn't her fault, it's just they need better organisation or more staff, need something. But we only got in because I basically pushed to the front. I feared that it would have been, yeah, it would have been half an hour gone or something. They would have been like, we should have been here half an hour ago. But yeah, it was just chaos. And then even when we got inside, they were announcing names from outside in the queue, then you go inside to another queue, and then we had to wait to be announced. And I thought, they've missed us here because we've been waiting so long. So I had to go, and they have missed us. And then we got served. It was just a bit of a farce. But once we were in there, it was fine, but expensive. So Jen's just gone into the Cosmic Rewind now at about 5 o'clock, so it's about 4 hours after we were supposed to really go in. It went okay, she's in. So she's going to go in it now and then do a parent shot with me. I've got a meeting at the exit. And then, yeah, we're both going to go on Cosmic Rewind, which we didn't think was going to happen. Just about that. I'm just feeding Penny at the minute. And Dex is having a sleep.
Your world and ours were born of the same moment.
So yeah, I've just come off Cosmic Rewind. Rich is just on a parent swap. It's gone on. Hopefully it won't be too long. She reckons it should be about 20 minutes for him. Apparently that was 45 minutes, but I was in for over an hour. But I eventually gone on. It's really good. It's like Space Mountain, but there's things to look at, and it's probably a bit like Space Mountain and Crush Coaster in Disneyland Paris. And I got Disco Inferno as a song. Wasn't too fussed about that because I've heard there's better songs to have, but you know, hopefully Rich gets better ones.
So we've finally, almost 2 hours later, both been on Cosmic Rewind. So the queue does move in like big chunks at a time because the pre-show you go into is 86 people at a time. I know it because I clocked the number when it was counting up as we went in. So it does move in big chunks, the queue. I really liked it. It's a good ride. It's almost like a rock and roll version of Space Mountain, but you spin. It's like I think it feels like
Space Mountain and Crush's Coaster. I've not been on that.
Crush's Coaster, the one that spins. The lady I was on then mentioned it to me. That it's similar to that, but it's almost like Space Mountain, but it spins and there's rock and roll music playing.
But there's something to look at, unlike
I don't think it's worth the hype of like, oh my god, it's amazing. Like Rise of the Resistance, that's more of just a showy, immersive ride. But I would much rather go on that. Like it was good, but
I don't know if I liked it.
Jen got Disco Inferno, so she's not a fan of the song, so that put a bit of it. I got Iran.
I'm not a fan of the song, but I wanted Iran, and I just don't care about that song. When it came on, I was just like, this is just like ruined it straight away. I don't know.
Jen doesn't like. Don't mention Disco Inferno in front of Jen. She hates it.
Song, but it's
She
ruined the
hates the
ride
song.
for me.
Just a really random note about that ride as well. The woman I was sat with had been on it like 20 times, and she said apparently on the back of the ride car in front here there's a little symbol. Ours was like a circle. Apparently that tells you what song you're gonna get. Whether that's true or I don't know, I just thought I'd share that little bit of knowledge. So we decided to come on the Frozen ride. It says it's a 75-minute wait. We don't really like waiting in queues like that, especially with the kids, but we're just going to go for it because it's been a long queue all day and Dex has been asking for it all the time. So we're just going to go for it. He's just woke up from a nap, so he could be in a bit of a better mood. Dex, going to go on the Frozen ride? We're just walking around the pavilions now, and it's 8:30 at night, and it's definitely worth doing. We're just walking around getting the last kid cards for Dex, but it's worth doing just walking it because it is a better, well, it's a nicer experience.
It's really pretty, everything's lit up, and there's lots of like flame torches and stuff.
Doing it in the day and going in, and then just literally walking it, not even going into them. Go sneeze. Let's go.
I just don't blame me, I didn't do anything.
It's like I've forgotten the lyrics to the song. On our way out of Epcot now as the Luminous show is still showing. We left a little bit early because the aerial shell fireworks sort of halfway through.
Wow.
It's loud. Dex was getting a bit scared, so honestly, viewing from pretty much anywhere you've got a good view. People were kind of lining the promenade. Obviously you get the best view there, but there's so many parts of the lagoon or the promenade where it's cambered. So any little slight hill gave you a good view. You can also go on the pavilions where it's raised up like in Canada, and you can have, you know, an elevated view. So always keep that in mind. You know what? Just doing this piece of camera now. Look at that. How good is that?